Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to The Long Dark. So I think I prepared myself for this episode, if I'm remembering right, and cause I'm all slept and it looks like it's daytime. It also sounds windy, but that's not going to stop us. Alright, so our objective, since it's been a few days, is that we have to search the Milton farmhouse for a safety deposit box key, retrieve the contents of the safety deposit box, and return it to Grey Mother. We also have side quests, I just noticed. I think we already got all that. So anyway, that's where, I think, yeah, down here, where we already checked, so we might be in there for a short time. It might take me a little while to find it. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but I'm gonna go for it now and get my flare gun out in case any wolves try to get a little touchy. Oh, wow.
I need to drop something.
Yeah, this is a real blizzard now. And it's gonna start getting cold before long. Our weight's not bad. Although we are gonna get cold, like I said, so we may end up having to spend some time in the farmhouse. So, under normal circumstances, this is not a good idea. This whole trudging outside while it's snowstorming. And to be perfectly honest, it's not a very good idea now either. But I am nothing but exciting. I mean, I've got a flare gun, so I've got a deterrent. If I manage to actually, hit the wolf in question and shoot it in time. It's reloaded this time, unlike last time. And we've got enough condition to survive one or two wolf attacks. Probably one. Definitely one, maybe two. And the other thing is that I know exactly where I'm going, so it shouldn't take too long. And then I can warm up inside. So I've noticed the game getting a lot of patches over the past couple, over the past, week or two. Which is good. I'm really glad that they've been really thorough with following up on these patches and making sure that the game's running properly. Okay, there's one. I think he sees me. They've been really thorough with these patches to make sure that the game's running properly, which I do greatly appreciate. The community's been waiting weeks for this. Myself years, I should say. Myself included. So it's nice that they're making sure the game is operating properly. I do appreciate that a lot. And we still have a good bit of game left, to my understanding. We're still on Chapter 1, we still have Chapter 2. I get the other ones for free since I pre-ordered, so looking forward to that as well. Did have to make a bit of a detour, so I'm getting very cold.
Can't feel my feet.
You'll be fine. Wolf is out of the picture. The house is pretty close. Hopefully the other wolf hasn't come back. We may have to scare it away again. And by scared away, I mean throw a flare near it. It doesn't actually get scared, and then we end up just having to stab him anyway.
So cold.
We'll be fine, we'll be fine. Get inside. That hypothermia thing's another one of those annoying things, just like having a,
The lady said the key was here somewhere.
an infection is really annoying. Hypothermia in this game is very annoying, too. So anyway, like you guys all know, I have already looked through this entire house. But I imagine that they planted some more stuff here. So if you just want to give me a minute, I will find it for us real quick. Search urn. This urn wasn't here, I don't think. There you go. Alright, So obviously I want to go out, but I need to warm up a bit. So I'm gonna take a rest for a bit. That'll help warm me up along with getting some more rest. Maybe if I'm lucky, the weather will clear. Doesn't sound like it's clearing, but we are a bit warmer. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. Got a tiny bit more condition. I should check to see if my clothes are wet yet. Gosh. Yeah, they're getting there. Those pants are getting wet. It's not good. I don't see that wolf in... Oh, I see that wolf now. I said this before, but the wet mechanic is kind of a relatively new one. Anytime I say new, I mean within the past, like, year, because I haven't played a ton of it in the past year. But it's a mechanic they introduced to, you know, keep you from trudging around in the snow. Since I got a minute, I can't actually talk about this. They used to have this mechanic where if you were outside and it was really stormy like this, your clothes would deteriorate at like an alarming rate. Like, I would spend, you know, I don't know, in-game, you know, IRL time, I'd spend maybe 5 minutes outside, and my clothes would go from, I don't know, 80 or 90 to start to like 50. And you would have to use so much cloth and time to repair it all. It was ridiculous. I'm glad they did away with that, because, you know, stormy weather doesn't mean your clothes should break down at alarmingly fast rates, but I do think that their goal with that was to discourage you from going outside for anything but like short treks like we're doing. That wasn't the best way, because that just kind of, it didn't feel realistic enough, I guess, is the best way to put it. I don't think I should go outside for 5 minutes and my clothes are halfway falling off. Do it again and your clothes just rip off from the sheer force of the wind. Like, we're talking hurricane winds at that point, I feel. What are these? Hold on. Are these just sticks, or are these something a little better? Oh, that's just grass. Okay. That could have been important. It just wasn't. I thought it was like tiny tree branches. They're important for later. We'll talk about it later. Anyway. So that was a dumb mechanic. I never liked that. But I do see why they were trying to do it. And of course they've since replaced it with a much better mechanic of making the clothes get wet when you're outside, which is fairly, I would say, I mean, it's still achieves the same goal of making you not want to go outside because it's a bad idea when it's this stormy. But in a much more realistic way, like, you know, if you spend some time outside, your clothes get snow all over them, your body heats it up, and it melts. And, you know, if that happens enough, your clothes get wet enough, that could be a real problem. But, that being said, that's just, you don't want to explore when that's happening. But going short distances like I am isn't really that bad. I say that, let's take a look at my pants. They are, oh, so they're completely wet. They've now started to freeze. So they've lost their thermal abilities, basically. They're not like actively making me cold, but they've lost their thermal abilities. That's cool. I like it. I actually like that a lot. They definitely put some thought into that, and that feels really cool. Alright. Not that. One of these deposit boxes is what we need. That one? Safety deposit box. Her stolen item?
Could use this.
Or someone stole it from her, I see. That makes sense. So we've opened all these now. Alright. Now while we're really, really close to being super cold, we're going to quickly sprint across the street and give her back her box. There's a wolf. God. What are these noises I'm hearing? I heard like wolf in pain noises, and I didn't cause that, I don't think.
Did you find it?
Oh, I found it.
Here's the safety deposit box from the bank. I still don't understand.
Shh. Give me the box.
You sent me to steal jewelry for you? You said this would help me find her.
Have faith, outsider. It will. Do one last thing.
Oh my
for
gosh,
me,
the fetch quest, please.
and then I will tell you what you need to know.
I'm finished with this. I'll find my own way out of here.
Then you will die like the others. Just one more task for Grey Mother. Man who fell from the sky. And then you'll get the answers you need.
Glad Grey Mother trusts me more. Alright, so we're warming up now. Let me do a little bit of managing my own self really quick. Let's see, we have a lot of food. I'm pretty sure that that cooked meat is like a lot less calorie dense per weight than the prepackaged food, so at least in my opinion, from what I've seen, it's usually a better idea to eat the meat before you eat everything else to lower weight.
What's this last thing you need from me?
Right or wrong from the past, outsider. That's all I ask.
How can I do that?
Take these pearls to Lily.
Lily?
Who's Lily? All this time I thought you were talking about my friend. Who is Lily? You'll find her at the graveyard. The graveyard? Near the church. You would have passed it on the way into town. Why would she be waiting for me by the church? You aren't making any sense. You'll find her there. And your answers. Pearls? Why did you get me to steal these pearls from the bank? Not from the bank. From the farmer, Barker. The farmer is gone. So he left with the other cowards, then. No, he's dead. Looked like wolves got him. And so it ends. Okay, this better help me find my friend. It better. So it's starting to become nighttime. But that being said, I could rest in the church, so let's see what it looks like outside. See if I start to get cold. See if my pants are wet. And we'll go from there. That sounds like a wolf in pain. Which is probably better than, you know, a wolf not in pain, I suppose. Nah, I don't need any more meat right now. I'm stuffed, thank you. Alright, so we're still warming up. How are our clothes looking? Getting less wet, okay. Which should mean... see, it's providing a little bit of warmth and a little bit of wind resistance. Because it's mostly wet, but it's drying. It's a well thought out mechanic. I like it a lot. I thought it was, you know, I wasn't sure how to think about it at the beginning. But the more I've thought about it, the better that mechanic feels. I do have to say Grey Mother's still kind of weird, though. So there's a wolf out there. How are we going to go about this? They seem to be very nice about making sure you have plenty of food. Which I guess you're here for the story. More so than the survival aspect in single player. Or in the Wintermute, the campaign, whatever you want to call it. More so than like in a sandbox game where you're trying to survive. I do hope, I don't think there were difficulty options. I do hope they put in some kind of difficulty options with because see, they had difficulty options in Sandbox. Which makes sense, because this game can be very difficult if you let it. Or, you know, if you set it to to the peaceful mode, it's not that bad, to my understanding, though I haven't played it much. But if they had difficulty modes where, you know, this might be normal or this might be easy, I'm not sure. I'd say this is probably easy. And then they had harder ones where the food was a lot more scarce. Stuff like that. Make it so maybe there weren't as many supplies to grab out of each building. Graveyard. Because there were an awful lot of supplies to grab out of these buildings, and they keep dropping dead deer everywhere for me to use. Across from it? There's a little fenced-in area over here, too. Okay, I guess that wasn't the graveyard. This is the graveyard. This is the graveyard. You're the only tombstone with actual words on it. It's gotta be you. Wait, where was that? Oh, right here, okay. I was gonna say, I saw Emily, which I guess you could kind of get Lily out of, sort of. Right, so assumedly we can go back now. I can figure out how to climb over this fence. It wasn't this hazy before. This feels like a story thing. Like, something's gonna happen on the way back, you know? It usually doesn't get hazy quite that quickly. What if we come back and the house is full of wolves and Grey Mother's dead? Uh-oh. It could happen. I've only seen a wolf inside at one point, so, you know, I don't know. Any scary wolves around? Preferably patient ones that can wait for me to go inside first. Actually, I could use a little bit more of this. I think I used up almost all of mine. Oh well. Dang it! I don't know about that one. That one wasn't cool. Alright, so of course we get an infection. You know, let's just deal with this when we get inside. We're like real close. We'll be bleeding out while we talk to Grey Mother. She'll be like, did you do it? I'll be like, yeah, can we hold off on this for just a moment? Let me in. Let me in, lock the door. There's crazy wolves out there. They're real angry.
Lily was your daughter.
You have a good heart, Mackenzie. You see things others would miss.
But the name, Lily Barker, related to the farmer? You said they were liars and cheats.
The years have made me angry. Lily was my daughter. Our daughter. I am also a Barker. The farmer was my husband.
You lived apart.
Yes. Our Lily died climbing. She wanted to summit all the peaks on Great Bear.
But her father stole her jewelry.
She was young, already very talented. One day she went out alone. I said no, but he said yes. Let her go. She needs to face it alone. So she faced it alone. And fell. I never forgave him.
And the pearls?
They were my mother's. I gave them to Lily on her 16th birthday, the year she died. I wanted the pearls buried with her, but her father wanted to keep them to remember her. We fought bitterly and never spoke again.
Losing a child is...
Like losing your own life. But now, maybe you can save your friend. And Lily's death doesn't have to be for nothing.
How?
Take this key. Upstairs, in my Lily's old room, is a trunk with her old climbing things.
Ah.
Take the rope and the map. Follow Lily's path and you'll find the back way through the mountains. It's the only way to find the route to Perseverance Mills. I hope you find her.
Thank you. What will you do?
I'm content to sit here and think of my Lily resting with her favorite pearls. You've done a lot for me.
That key's
Mackenzie.
freaking out in his hand. You see that?
I won't forget about you.
I'll try to come back. Or I'll send help for you.
Look at that key. Look at it go.
There's bound to be someone out there who can help.
My journey is finished. But yours is only beginning. Go. Go and don't think of Grey Mother or Milton. We're of the old world now. The new world is for the strong to survive.
So can I have your gun? Anything else? Alright, yeah, I think we're done with her. So yeah, if you remember that spot that I saw... Oh yeah, I'm bleeding out. That spot I saw was, Oh, I don't... Okay, let me craft some of this really quick while I just bleed out slowly. Or bleed out quickly. Oh, maybe that was a bad idea.
Gotta stop that blood loss.
That's why you want to have those on hand. So that rock I told you about last episode, I think it was, is where we're going to be going. And I think we might be done with Milton, so I'm probably going to have to sort through my stuff and figure out what I want to take with me and what I don't. Let's see. So I can't really see much. It is becoming nighttime. There's supposed to be a chest up here. This is like a closet. Or a tiny room. Oh, right here. Okay. Mountaineering rope. That is heavy. That is 11 pounds.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Really heavy jacket. Climbing socks. And Lily's map. Which looks pretty much more or less like what I was thinking of doing. So, unfortunately, that is very, very heavy. That's going to put me at... Let's see. That's putting me at 81 pounds. Now, we could eat off some of that. In fact, we are. We are going to eat off some of that before I leave. I'll probably eat all this meat. That'll cut us down to like 71 pounds, and that'll be close-ish. Probably need some more water. We may have to drop some food. We're going to try to take... Well, no, we'll leave all the wood. I'm going to make some more bandages. Because we definitely want to have those on hand. I don't want to have to craft them. We're going to sleep. We're going to, you know, if I can... Do I have any coffee? I do. We're going to make some coffee before we go. We'll probably end up making all three of them. Just so, as I go through the day, if I start to get fatigued, I can use them and keep going. And I'm not really sure about the pelts. Because they haven't given me like a blueprint yet to use them. So they're just going to kind of be heavy, to be honest. So I might have to leave them. Same thing for the gut. It's just going to be heavy, and it's stuff I can get anyway.
This'll come in handy.
Oh, maybe I'll take one. I don't know. Oh, and there's water. That's what I needed. So, yeah, I want your gun. Can I have your gun? If you're gonna be, like, dead and stuff, can I have your gun? I'm gonna stop it here. Next time we'll come back, it'll probably take me 2 in-game days, because I'll need to go through 1 day cycle to finish everything, and then another day cycle to just get all prepared and in top form for leaving. But anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time for some more. What is this called? The Long Dark Wintermute. Bye.